Hello, everybody. Matthew, therighttrader.com here. We're going to be covering Bitcoin and Ethereum and many other cryptos such as XRP once again in today's live stream. So as per usual, we like to give 30 seconds to a minute for everybody else to join. But we're going to be covering some news as per usual, and also a very key point on the actual chart here. So there's a little bit of good news and a little bit of bad news here based on how things are looking, okay? And we're going to be talking about both those things in just a second. So just giving a chance for everybody to join in on the live stream. So welcome everybody, and thank you also all for your recent support. There's been a huge amount of regular viewers, which I really appreciate. And I'll be continuing to give you the best no BS crypto content in the crypto space. I'll talk about some news pieces here, and I like to cover only news that I think is relevant, okay? Because there's a lot of news that's not really relevant, right? That's filler news. So when I make these videos, I try to only cover what I think is either interesting or in some way important, okay? So talking about the crypto markets here, as we have our first set of viewers coming in, welcome everybody, and thank you all for the support. I unfortunately have to let you know that the crypto market is weakening now in the last few hours. Now, we're not dropping super sharply yet or anything, but there is a reason why this concerns me a little bit, okay? And I'll be telling you why in just a second. But first off, I want to say welcome to our live 7 viewers. Thank you all for the support, everybody. And we're going to be jumping in today's stream. So as you can see here, first off, global cryptocurrency market cap now back to 975 billion, a little 1% drop in the last 24 hours. Now, we didn't get a crazy drop or anything. The reason why I feel like panic might be coming into the markets again, hence the title of this video, is because first off, stocks have been continuing to perform absolutely horribly, okay? This is something that has surprised even me as a market veteran. And, this is not affecting cryptos as much as maybe we necessarily would thought it would, which is good, okay? That is a very good thing. And in fact, I think maybe cryptos can still continue to hold up for a while, but till what point does the stock market have to go down before crypto starts crashing as well, okay? Because here, throughout this entire week, okay, we of course had a disastrous stock market. And to end off the week on Friday now, we were down 1.5% on all major indexes. I want to remind you all that just yesterday, the NASDAQ was down almost 3%, okay? So we're continuing to put in lower lows, but we're focusing in this stream on crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, all the main cryptos. And like I said, right, we can go ahead, pull up the heat map here, which I absolutely love to look at. This gives a really good big picture view of the stock market. And you'll see here, of course, in the last day, right, mostly red. We've got a few altcoins that are outperforming, going a bit against the herd here. Still got Quant doing really, really good. So Quant is still ripping higher. It actually hit $150, which I predicted, by the way. Or let's see, if it didn't hit $150, it got very close to it. So let me just pull up the chart just so that I know that I'm not saying wrong information. But so yeah, we almost went up. We went up to 146. So as you know, I expected Quant to continue pumping. I do expect this to still hit $150 plus, and that is just an exception to the overall red that we're seeing in the market today, okay? And like I said, you might be wondering, why are you so worried about, panic coming into the market, where we already dropped a lot, and this is only 0.5% drop? Yes, that's true, and that is a good thing, because like I'll talk about, okay, if we drop a bit, that's not the end of the world if we're able to stay above 17,600 for Bitcoin, okay? When the bigger drop and the actual breakdown, the true, panic selling will come into play. That's when we go below 17,600, or let's call it $18,000, okay? But of course, right now, what we might be seeing is the panic slowly coming back into the market, mostly due to how bad stocks are performing in the general economy, okay? This really doesn't have that much to do with crypto, but crypto is being priced like a risk asset, so people are trading it as such, okay? And now we unfortunately have a couple new bearish developments on the actual chart, which is why I'm really happy that I'm doing these live streams every day, because every day in the crypto market, there's new stuff going on. There's new stuff being printed on the chart. There's new news. So hopefully you're subscribed and you turn on those bell notifications to not miss out on the best crypto insights on YouTube. Okay, so if you haven't, please subscribe and turn on those bell notifications to not miss these live streams. We've got a huge set of regular viewers. In fact, if there's any regular viewers in here, let us know. Comments down below. Say hi to the stream. I want to see your comments. I love interacting with all of you. This live stream is meant to be interactive, and you know, that's kind of the specialty, let's say, in this live stream, is I don't go and hide on Ren days. Okay, I'm here with you in the trenches, talking about the markets, analyzing everything, and, you know, hopefully trying to predict as best as possible what's next. Keep in mind, none of this is financial advice. Now, what happened on the Bitcoin chart is a few days ago, okay, earlier this week, we had actually managed to get above $20,000, which was very key. Now, that did not hold because we went up near the downtrend line, which you can see in purple here, and we instantly rejected that, came quite a bit lower, creating this very big upper wick, okay? And what that did is it pushed the prices back down a bit, but more importantly, right, we put in this little short-term top, okay? Now, what happened today was we came up pretty high again, okay? In fact, at the high of day, believe it or not, we were up to $20,177 on Bitcoin. That was literally just a few hours ago. Okay, I can go on the 1 hour chart. You'll see here, just a few hours ago, we were even still above $19,700, which is pretty key. Okay, unfortunately, that really didn't hold because we barely had two candles, hourly candles after, and we lost that level. Okay, so that is why we got that pretty sharp pullback. And in fact, if you're interested in actual, you know, performance here, we're talking about a 4% move down from that top that we made today. And, you know, we also now put in a higher low, we put in a lower high. I'll repeat that one more time. Today, we put in a lower high on the Bitcoin price chart, okay, compared to this first top here. We're now lower, and we rejected it again, okay? So we'll see. We're trying to get a bit of a bounce. We'll see if this lasts. We'll see if this is meaningful. The thing is, I always talk about in these live streams how, you know, the weekend is very dangerous for crypto, okay? I'm always on edge during the weekend, especially when Sunday comes around, you know, especially in the nighttime on the weekend. It tends to be when there's the biggest crypto market drops, okay? So that concerns me a bit moving forward, that now, for one, stocks have shown no sign of strength, okay? That's been brushing off, unfortunately, over to our cryptos. And now we have a lower high, arguably even you could call it this a bit of a double top as well, okay? So we now have 3 or 4 new bearish formations on the chart, none of which we want to see, by the way, okay? So this is, unfortunately, very, very disappointing to see, and it could also mean more downside ahead as the panic comes in, unless we're able to, you know, get back above this level, okay? So I'll tell you this: if we can break out of the downtrend line, get back above only $20,400, $20,500, we're going to be in a pretty good shape, okay? We could really start to see a very big pump after that. However, now the question is, you saw my video where I was more bullish about reaching 28K, and I absolutely still think we're going to reach 28K. The question now becomes, as we're rejecting these levels, are we going to have to see some kind of flush out or not? What do I mean by some kind of flush out? I mean going below $17,600, possibly going down to 15, maybe even 14K, and then coming back higher, okay? So that would be maybe the flush that the market needs to reset the price a bit to allow us to move higher again. However, there is one bit of bullish news still here that I'm going to be talking about, okay? That's going to be the fact that we are still fully in our triangle formation right here. So why is this important? Well, the reason why this is important is because this will allow us to, even if we don't get the strongest, you know, price action to the upside, we're at least going to be holding this level, possibly, right? Like I said, I'll let you know, I'll be here to live stream it if we go below $17,600. But as of right now, we're still in this range, okay? That means that we can trade in this range up and down. It doesn't matter as long as we stay in this range between our downtrend line and our horizontal support level, okay? And this could actually last up until mid-October, at which point we would probably be forced into a move either to the upside or the downside, okay? So the next few days are pretty critical this weekend. If we start massively dumping this weekend, it's possible that we would at least hit $17,600 over the weekend, maybe even break below it. Okay, like I said, weekends are very, very dangerous for crypto. Keep in mind, although we're in this range, we only need anything more than an 8% drop to send us in a full-blown crash for Bitcoin. And I am not joking about a full-blown crash, folks. So, you know, listen up here, because I told you before, after this level, okay, after this $17,600 level, it's a free fall down to 14K as I see it. Maybe we would end up getting some kind of bounce at 15K, but I mean, it would still be pretty disastrous regardless. Okay, now it's not the end of the world. That would be about, from our current price, about a 30% drop, but that is for Bitcoin. Okay, so we really don't want to see that happen. That's why, if we're not going to get the breakout just yet, we want to make sure that we stay in this range at the very least. Okay, so that is one of the key things to keep in mind here for Bitcoin. We know our levels that we need to break above. We don't need that much higher to get a breakout though. So like I said, right, there's this positive view and there's this negative view here. There's this option where we could get very quickly a breakout, but mostly because of stocks right now that are so weak, it's putting pressure on crypto, and we're seeing it not manage to break out above the levels that it needs to. Okay, so I showed you those shorter term time frames. You know, we're rejecting these levels very sharply, and look at that. We were trying to make a bit of a bounce, and we're now falling right back down. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying I think this weekend could get messy, it could get hairy, and like I said, I'll be here to cover it, so you don't have to worry about that. But I'm just letting you know here that whenever we go into the weekend like this, and we're already kind of red, kind of, you know, seeing that panic come in, it's not usually the best sign for crypto. On top of that, this is even more important, folks. So listen up. We have here on the monthly time frame, okay, which I mentioned as being one of the key things that we're going to see today, because we're at the end of the month, last day of the month here. What does that mean? That means that we're going to be closing our monthly candle, okay? And in fact, as you can see here, we only have 1 hour left. Listen up, we have 1 hour left on the monthly candle to close it, okay? So unless, you know, in the next hour we manage to get some kind of pump higher, well, the pump for now will be canceled, okay? And like I said, at that point, well, we better be hoping is that we hold 17,600, because maybe after that we'll get an opportunity. But you know, we're really at the edge of what could be the drop here, guys. And if I'm actually I noticed this while looking at the monthly candle here. Let me go on a cleaner chart so you can see this better. Give me 1 second. So as I go over to a cleaner chart here, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm going to put in our downtrend line on the monthly chart, and you're going to see why I'm getting kind of worried here. So as we're heading into the end of this monthly candle in 1 hour's time, okay, so we're going to get a pretty clear idea here, and I'm already telling you it's looking like we're unfortunately going to get more bad news than good news once this candle closes, which means that the Bitcoin price could start dropping faster and faster here as we head into that hourly close on the monthly candle, okay? And mind you, these monthly candles are super key, right? That's 1 month worth of data, 1 month of information put into a candlestick. So whatever the candlestick ends is, it's pretty key, okay? And of course, if you don't know about candlestick trading, it's covered in the technical analysis master course that I created. Less than $20, 30-day money back guarantee. You guys know the deal. Great reviews from all of our 240 students. Take advantage of it. Learn about candlesticks. Link to that in the description of this video. If you're not satisfied, you got that 30-day money back guarantee. You'll get your money back. So as I'm looking into this monthly candle, okay, look at the size of how big these monthly candles are. We maybe have enough space for one other monthly candle to hold, right? But we're really on the monthly. Now, if we look on the daily, right, we have a little bit more time, it looks like, okay? But I'll have to move over to my other chart where I have my other drawings. On the monthly candle, however, now that you saw the clearer chart, okay, see here, on the daily, right, we still have this time ahead, okay? But keep in mind, this is half a month worth of data. So, you know, we're going to be getting either a very big breakout or a very big drop within the next 2 weeks. I can pretty much say that fully confidently. Once again, not financial advice. We never know what can happen in crypto. We could see this candle all of a sudden pump in the last hour just to get us above 20K, and that would be hugely bullish. But we can't count on that seeing the price action that we're seeing, okay? So looking at that monthly candle, you see now just how close we are to our support. And what that means is how close we are to potentially dropping, okay? If you enjoy this video, please support with a big thumbs up. Also consider supporting the stream with a super chat. You can always leave comments on which coins you want me to cover during this video, during this live stream, but any comments or super chats are greatly appreciated and help support the channel tremendously. Now, we're going to be moving over to Ethereum, and before I move over to Ethereum here, let me pull up the chart though. I want to quickly go over a couple bits of news. Now, there's no major news or anything. There's no major bad news that's causing the market to drop or anything like that. These are just news pieces that I thought were pretty interesting. I like to cut out the fluff and kind of curate the best news out there for you because, like I said, there's a lot of filler news that's not that important. Okay, some of these are also talking topics like this one. Is Bitcoin really decoupling from stocks? So we're seeing how stocks are completely falling off a cliff, including massive tech stocks like Apple, Facebook, okay, which is pretty shocking. That's something that we haven't seen in the last couple of years. And we're seeing now somehow crypto not fall as much, okay? Now, granted, we talked about how we might drop to 14K. That could change very quickly. Right now, crypto is actually managing to kind of weather the storm pretty well, surprisingly well, let's say, okay? Now, they've dropped more than stocks, which is something that I talked about. So stocks still have a lot of room to fall compared to Bitcoin and ETH. But there's this question of, can they decouple from stocks? Are they, how correlated are they, et cetera, okay? So we see here the correlation between Bitcoin and the stock market has weakened over the past couple weeks, but has it decoupled? Okay. And if you want my opinion on this, now I think this tweet here is, decently wise. Bitcoin has been remarkably resilient the past few weeks, despite the stock market losing trillions in value. No idea if this is the bottom, but there's been a curious decoupling. Are folks starting to re-examine the disaster insurance thesis? Okay, so we're seeing now, right? I think what it is the market is trying to price and understand where Bitcoin fits in the global economy in the macroeconomic scenario here. We're seeing huge worries with inflation, right? We're seeing tech stocks crumble. And now the question is, well, okay, Bitcoin, asset with a fixed supply, it's been compared to gold sometimes. Where does this fit in this whole scenario, right? Should this be dumping like the rest of it? Should this be possibly skyrocketing? A lot of crypto diehards would say yes, right? But then again, the market is going to make its decision. So to answer that question of is Bitcoin decoupling from stocks? Probably a bit, yes. Okay. Is there still correlation between Bitcoin and the stock market? Absolutely. Okay. I don't think anybody here can start, preaching the thesis that there's no correlation between Bitcoin and the stock market. Because guess what? Bitcoin was doing good today. ETH were doing good today. And as soon as stocks really started dumping, we got, you can see it on the chart right here. Okay. Especially for Bitcoin. We'll bounce back over real quick. You can literally see this on the chart in real time. What did we get today? Another big wick over here. Okay. I'll zoom in a bit more. Excuse the messy chart. I draw a lot on the charts to give you the best information possible. But you can see right here, we got that big upper wick. So yes, there's still correlation. Stocks dumping will probably weaken at the very least crypto. Now here we got some interesting Ethereum based news. Okay. We're going to jump into the Ethereum chart in just a second here. And thank you for a live 17 viewers. Smash that like button. You're watching the best crypto channel on YouTube. Not running away, hiding during the bear market, but being here with you, giving you the best insights and analysis. So smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on those bell notifications. You can also share the stream with your friends. And go ahead and retweet on my Twitter page the stream to the link to the live stream. Okay, so follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. Now, talking about ETH, there's some interesting news, okay? T-Mobile parent Deutsche Telekom launches Ethereum validator staking support. We've seen major companies now become Ethereum validators to support staking, okay? Now, some people might like this, some people might not like this. A lot of people are concerned about these big companies coming into crypto and removing the decentralization. That's absolutely a concern, Is this, however, going to be bad for the price? No, I don't think so. I don't see any way where this type of stuff, this type of news would be bad for the price. You know, if anything, it's going to make the price go up. Is it concern for decentralization, or should I say centralization of Ethereum and these type of assets that are proof of stake? Probably yes. Okay, that is probably a concern, but you know, it depends how you look at it. Okay. Now we also saw this news, Ethereum W. Okay, this is Ethereum proof of work that split off into a fork after the merge. Okay, we can pull it up right over here. I've talked about it a bit, and it dropped tremendously after the fork, which was expected. Right now we're seeing Binance launches Ethereum proof of work mining pool. Okay, now I still like Binance. That's still my go-to exchange, so if you want to use Binance, link to that in the description of this video. But what's key here is Binance launched you know, this Ethereum proof of work mining pool. Okay, and there was a few other companies that did this type of stuff. The price of ETHW has managed to recover a bit. Okay, it's gone from about a $4.17 low up to where we are now, a little bit above 11 cents and a half, meaning a 181% increase. So pretty key increase in a short amount of time, meaning like it hit a short-term bottom. Okay, but we're still not back to where we were before. As far as this coin is concerned, I see no situation where this is a massive threat to Ethereum or Ethereum Classic. Their roadmap is very poor. There's very little information, so I wouldn't pay too much attention to this coin, but it's worth mentioning just in case you see this type of news with Ethereum proof of work. Could it get a pump to $50? Probably. I could see that happening, right? Crypto does crazy stuff. But is it important if you're focused on Ethereum Classic or Ethereum? Not really. So I'll go ahead and close that article. Okay. Now, I'm glad that I waited a little bit longer to make this video today, because if I was impatient, I made the live stream before we were reaching the close, the monthly candle close that I talked about on the monthly candles here for all stocks, because we're at the end of the month. Okay, last day of the month, and in 1 hour we're getting the final candle for the month. Okay, so we might still be here during this live stream. That would be good. So make sure to smash that like button, support the live stream, consider dropping super chats. Okay, you're getting this content for free, make sure to support it. Now we have a comment from Heems saying, link analysis please, any upside possible to $9 or so, holding good support at 7.5. I'll take a look at link later in this video. Let's cover the bigger cryptos first. Now Ethereum is a little bit more sleepy right now. Okay, obviously Ethereum dropped a bit after the merge. Yes, we already know that. It's been a bit sleepy, which isn't a bad thing, right? We're not crashing, which is already a good thing. We're holding this medium-term uptrend line that you can see here in purple. Okay, holding this uptrend line is pretty key. And in fact, if you would have watched one of my previous live streams, I talked about how the setup here for Ethereum is a little bit different and also a little bit more bullish for compared to Bitcoin. Okay, now why is that? Well, first off, Ethereum has a few additional support levels here. Okay, we have a lot of support at $1,000. We have this longer term uptrend line, okay, which is kind of right in line with $1,000 right now, and then we have this medium uptrend line that we put in more recently. Okay, if we can hold this, if we can just hold this, meaning continue in this pattern, guess what? We're heading higher. Okay, which is what I talked about a few days ago. Now, I'll swap you back over to the Bitcoin price chart because there's a difference here. If we go and look at the Bitcoin chart, guess what? This triangle is heading downwards, okay? It's much more stressful. It's much more worrisome to look at. It causes a lot more fear when it's like this, okay? And on top of that, Bitcoin has no major catalysts or anything like that. Ethereum, yes, it had the merge, but at least that was a catalyst. It has stuff going on with NFTs, Instagram adding NFTs to their platform, etc. So it had some catalysts that are holding up the price. Bitcoin right now, you know, it doesn't have that much to hold the price, and we are already in this downward formation, okay? Like I said, we could reach the end of this formation and get that breakout. Yes, that's absolutely possible, okay? But we're still going to move lower till we hit the end of that formation, as it's looking like right now, at least. Okay, that's if we avoid a complete crash below $17,600. Now, Ethereum, however, it's got a little bit more levels where we can at least stay hopeful a little bit longer, meaning that we have two uptrend lines. We have actually two horizontal support levels, okay? And we just need to hold, you know, this line to slowly, you know, go up again, okay? And of course, at any moment, we could start to gain more and more speed and then possibly hit the 200-day moving average, which we talked about. Price target for a potential bounce around $2,000. Now, however, that's back below $1,900. Now, I want you to think about what this means, okay? This means that it's easier to hit that 200-day moving average, okay? It makes it a lot easier, actually, because now we're below $2,000. It's also less of a pump to get there. Now, why is this the case? Well, the reason why we're seeing this is because we need more consolidation right now. Both stocks and cryptos are not ready. I'll repeat this. They are not ready based on what we're seeing to pump or move higher yet, okay? One of the ways we can know when they're more ready is when there's massive flattening out of the indicators, okay? That means instead of this 200-day moving average looking like this, okay, where we're sloping downwards, we want it to look more like this, okay, more flat like this. As soon as we start seeing that, that gives us the base to then get the breakout, okay? And we're seeing that slowly happen on the shorter term moving averages, such as the 50-day and the 100-day. These are these orange and blue lines, blue line that you're seeing here. And the Bollinger Bands, okay, they're contracting, which is good. That might hold up the price a bit over the weekend. Okay, that means they're coming and hugging the price. And that can also cause it to start flattening out, also preventing potentially more downside. Of course, that still needs to happen. Okay, but it is looking decent here to, you know, at least maintain this price, hopefully. If we go to $1,000, not the end of the world, but that is truly our last bit of resistance for Ethereum. After that, it's $500, possibly even $350, okay? So I don't want to go to that last level of support again. If it happens, it happens. We'll see it then. You know, that might be what the market wants to do. Maybe we'll come in this, we'll start trading in this tinier triangle here. That's also possible, okay? That would actually be good, because right now, the last thing we want, folks, mark these levels down. I think it's super important, not financial advice, but I'm marking them down. As you can see, it's $1,000 for Ethereum, okay? Now, preferably staying above $1,250, but if we're really going to go lower, $1,000 and 17,600 for Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and take a look at how XRP has been performing. XRP has been a bit of an outperformer, has a different set of situations that are affecting the price, different set of catalysts, which has caused the price to consolidate quite a bit, okay? So now we have a pretty key range for XRP, where getting back below this, meaning back below 30 cents, is going to be quite a bit harder for one, which is of course great for anybody who holds XRP. And it also means that we can, instead of getting a huge drop or anything like that, maybe come back, test it, move back higher again, okay? We are still actually above the 200-day moving average. I think what Ethereum needs here is, like I talked about, just a little bit more flattening of its 200-day moving average, okay? Meaning that I'm not expecting any type of major drop for Ethereum like we could see necessarily on Bitcoin or Ethereum. Sorry, I'm not expecting a major drop on XRP here. Maybe a slight pullback down to the middle Bollinger Band. That's this very slight orange line that you see up here. Okay, and we're pretty close to it, meaning not that much downside. Should hold 40 cents pretty well. And what will happen is, as this red line flattens out, okay, and consolidates, if we're able to hold this, these moving averages will slowly start merging with it, okay, until we get that crossover. And that's when the price is going to start to really start pumping. So we're not actually in an all hopes lost scenario here, okay? Neither for Bitcoin, neither for ETH, neither for XRP. In fact, we could just consolidate and then get our I don't want to say full-blown breakouts, but our big price targets for a move higher, meaning 28k BTC, $2,000 ETH, etc. That can still happen. Nothing has been done to the technicals to destroy that right now, okay? When does that get destroyed? Going below $17,600 for Bitcoin. So that's why I'm saying how important these levels are. Of course, we're dealing with a lot of, you know, conflicting indicators, meaning we, had the flattening out of the 100-day, 200-day moving average. Now they ended up crossing back negative. Okay, not good for Bitcoin's price. Another thing that could add pressure to the price here, the 50-day moving average. Okay, the more things that add pressure on the price, especially in the formation that we're in with Bitcoin, which we talked about, that's that wedge formation to the downside. You all know what that means. Lower price regardless. Okay, even if we're consolidating, we're heading lower. Now we have 43 minutes left on the monthly candle for Bitcoin, and there is no sign whatsoever of bullishness. Okay, which means that we're probably going to get a fairly bearish close, rejecting the downtrend line. Now, I'm going to go over to Chainlink, because it was requested by one of our viewers, and I always review what our viewers request. So thank you for that comment, Heems. If you want to leave your own comment supporting the live stream, telling us your thoughts on what you think might happen over the weekend, over the next week or two, please let us know. I want to hear your opinion. Also, you can go ahead and give a super chat if you want to support the live stream more. Going over looking at Chainlink, which by the way has been one of the cryptos that's been holding up pretty well in terms of altcoins. In fact, we can pull up the old trusty heat map over here. We're seeing cryptos still hold these levels, which is good. 43 minutes left on the monthly candle. So I mean, it would be amazing to see a last minute rip. That can happen because you have enormous volatility right before the candle ends. Okay, and we're really heading towards that for the monthly candle. Now, for the cryptos that we're looking at here, you're seeing how some of these altcoins are outperforming. That's because they've already dropped a lot. They don't have that much more downside income. We just talked about it with XRP. Guess what? Link right here on the last 7 days, outperformer. Okay, yes, it's down a little bit today, but it's outperforming in the last 7 days. Guess what? If I go over to the monthly time frame, okay, Link is deep green. Mind you, I didn't even see that before I said it. I knew that it was going to be deep green. Why? Because there are certain altcoins in the market that the market is liking a lot. Typically the ones that have very big fan bases. Guess what? Okay, some people hate the coins that are kind of hypey, have big fan bases, etc. But at the end of the day, who's getting the last laugh? XRP, Quant, Link, Luna, Algo. These coins have all heavily outperformed most cryptos, especially Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay, in the last month after the merge, Ethereum has not been doing well, folks. It's really started to weaken compared to Bitcoin. And if we look over on the ETH to BTC chart, you'll see that it's probably not getting much prettier. So we're flattening a bit, have some support here, but overall we dropped a lot in relation to Bitcoin. If you're enjoying this live stream, hit that like button, share it with your friends, check out my Twitter. You can also check me out on TikTok if you want short form videos as well. I appreciate your support regardless, and any super chats are greatly appreciated. Now, to go back to Link, which, like I said, these coins that have kind of these armies behind them, right? These big fan bases, they're holding up better, they're uptrending more, etc., etc., etc. Now, I'm glad that comment was put in by Heems. Thank you, Heems, for that comment on Chainlink, asking me to do an analysis on it. And that's why I'm asking everybody, if you're watching this stream, please don't be shy. We're here to interact. Leave a comment on which coins you want me to do an analysis on. I can also look at shorter time frames on Bitcoin and Ethereum. For Chainlink, you're going to see some similar stuff that we saw with XRP. Now, it's not as strong as XRP necessarily, but it is in a very nice, stable range, okay? It's trading between $5. Actually, this might not be fully accurate. I'll bring this up. Let's call it $5.50. A lot of support in that area. And then we have resistance that's been coming in big time at around $9.50. So the comment here from Heems, Link analysis, please. Any upside possible to $9.2. Holding good support at 7.5. Yes, very true. It is holding good support. We have a very nice range, which I love to see this, right? And I respect these type of altcoins that are outperforming, because this is what Bitcoin and Ethereum should be doing. They have no catalyst going for them. You know, nothing is really holding up the price. Ethereum a little bit more than Bitcoin, but after the merge, people sold it off, right? So it is what it is. However, some of these altcoins are kind of already hitting their rock bottoms potentially. For Link specifically, it's holding a very nice, stable, tight range, okay? And on top of that, we're talking about, can we get a move higher? Very easily. Very easily, we could go to 9.5 cents here, or 9.2, even easier, okay? The thing is, that's actually right in line with a 200-day moving average, so that would be the upside price target on a bounce. But we're going to need the entire crypto market to bounce, okay? We're not just going to go see Link fly up by its own. Yes, it had some bullish news. I covered it, right? But we're not going to see Link just go fly up on its own. Why? Because Link is an ERC20 token, which means it's directly related to how Ethereum is performing, okay? If Ethereum is weak or it's not doing much, we're going to see the same thing happen with Link, which is why it's been kind of flat, kind of consolidating, right? We have ups and downs, yes, but we're in the bigger range here, which once again, that's actually a pretty bullish scenario, considering that we're seeing some cryptos perform very poorly, even already dropping off a cliff, okay? Actually, I love to pull this up. We've got some new comments, by the way. Thank you for the support, everybody. We're going to look at the top performers and the worst performers here. Now, just to cover your comments, we got Shersha Sahel saying, how do you see ApeCoin in coming 2 years period? Thanks. Thank you for that comment, Shersha, and I'll be taking a look at ApeCoin in a second. We also have Roy saying, hi, can you check Deso? I would like you to do a dive into these as good as could be a good thing, and today has been pumping. I'll take a look at it. Now, talking about the top performers and the worst performers, okay? We have Terra Luna Classic, which is actually getting a pump. Guess what? I mentioned that literally in yesterday's live stream, which is why I always tell you, subscribe and turn on those freaking notifications, because you're missing out on super valuable information, okay? I said that Terra Luna looked like it had hit a bottom. Now it's back above 30 cents. Actually, Terra Luna has been tending to do the opposite, and this is Luna Classic. Don't get it confused with the Luna token. It's been doing the opposite of what Bitcoin has been doing. If Bitcoin needs to start dropping, this actually tends to get a pump. If Bitcoin and ETH start pumping, this tends to pull back, okay? It's countering the market. That's the way it's been trading. We got Quant still doing very steady, very bullish, you know, just straight up outperforming in every way. But we don't have that many coins really shining here in the last, 24 hours or 7 days. There's just a few handful of coins: Link, Luna, Uniswap, Helium, ENS. There's just a handful that are really outperforming here, and of course Quant. Now, if we go ahead and look at the coins that have been doing poorly last 24 hours, Celsius. I still don't know the purpose of this coin right now. Celsius has literally gone bankrupt, Chapter 11. It's trying to sell off its assets. That's what I know about it, at least, okay? So be careful with this type of coin. Same thing for Voyager coin. They literally sold off all their assets, okay? I'm pretty much sure that bankruptcy is in full force right now. That's why we want to use trusted exchanges like Binance, link in the description. Now, for some of these other coins that we're seeing here in the last 24 hours, pulling back. Chainlink is one of them. Not a big deal because it's in a very good range. Okay, it's still up in the last 7 days as well. Aave, flat right now. Look at the 7 days worst performers. We got Lido related to Ethereum. Okay, this thing is dumping. That's because ETH, guess what? Pull up the heat map. 1 month, ETH down 14%. Lido, which is kind of a leverage play on ETH in a way. Check it out. Last 7 days, down 14% almost. So any coin that is, related to an ecosystem, maybe a riskier play on it, it's going to perform more negatively, okay? Let me know if the stream is smooth, everybody. Let me know if the audio is good, the video is good. It's very important for me to know from your comments how the stream is running. So please support. I don't want to do a live stream with people who are not talking. Hit that comment and let me know how it's going. You can also ask me to cover any coins you'd like me to take a look at during this live stream. I will gladly do it. That's why I make these live streams, okay? So please go ahead and support the channel. Hit that like button and comment. Comment which coins you want me to cover and support the stream. Chili's pulling back here. Got quite a few altcoins actually dumping in the last 7 days. But we have the best ones that are outperforming. ApeCoin right now down 90.2%. This is a coin that did perform very well. So here we need to be careful with a coin like ApeCoin because yes, it got a pullback, but it's also been heavily outperforming also. Okay, so I'll go ahead and pull up the chart here since it was requested by Shershaw. Thank you for that. He's asking specifically, in the next 2 years or so. To answer that question, I think this coin is going to fly in the next bull market. Okay, it's directly related to NFTs. It's related to one of the best, most AAA NFT, the Bored Apes. So do I think ApeCoin is going to do good in the next 2 years if we get a bull market or what's the word, a bull move? Yeah, I think ApeCoin is going to do very good. I think this thing is going to go flying back to the all-time highs and probably much more than that. Okay, this is a prime coin to pump like no tomorrow in the right conditions. Right now it's not the right conditions, yet it's still also been holding up pretty well because it has a very big fan base. Okay, had an article here pulled up before. OpenSea volume has been down 99%, yet ApeCoin still holding up pretty well, actually getting a nice little bounce. Okay, also ApeCoin is a coin that now has an uptrend. Ethereum has a little uptrend as well. ApeCoin even better right now, even more of a steady uptrend. Now ApeCoin does have a little bit of a symmetrical triangle formation, but still compared to some of the coins that we looked at here, not bad at all. Okay, could we go sinking back lower down to below $5, $4, $3? It's possible. There'd have to be a reason for that. Maybe Bitcoin or Ethereum is severely dumping, like Bitcoin below $1,000. Yeah, we'd probably fall back below $4 if that happens. Okay, but then again, look at where the all-time high is. We also have a nice move back to the all-time highs here, especially if we dump a little bit lower. That's even more, right? That's going to be over 500%. Thank you, Shershaw and Roy, for answering my question of if the stream is running well. You guys said yes, covering ApeCoin here. And yes, to answer that question, ApeCoin, could it get a pullback if the market dumps a lot? Yeah, but we kind of maybe even hit its low here at around $3.15. And right now it's holding pretty steady. I'm not too worried about a coin like ApeCoin, to be honest. In a way, it's almost riskier to hold ETH right now. By the way, nice little open gap around $10. That would be an ideal price target for a pump on ApeCoin. So for example, here we don't actually have that. The drop was very sharp, so we don't have that many resistance levels back to the all-time high, which is why I said this coin could potentially absolutely fly in the next bull market. Okay. In fact, all we really need here to get back to the all-time highs and move above the downtrend line, we'll very quickly make our way to $10. We just have one little resistance around $7.80. And after that, pretty much one other resistance level, we're back to the all-time highs. So quite a bullish chart here for ApeCoin, even though the market is not looking the best, even though it's in a bit of consolidation. Okay, bit of a pullback. Now, let me know if there's any other coins. Someone mentioned Deso. I have no idea what this coin is. So let's see, Deso USD. I don't know this coin, but I'll go ahead and cover it here. So it's getting a very big pump, it seems. However, you need to be careful. This could pump more. This could probably pump all the way up to the 200-day moving average, but I think this is a manipulated pump. Okay, why do I think that? Simply because this is kind of a smaller unknown coin, and also look at historically what happened during these pumps. You'll see this type of chart on smaller altcoins. Okay, you get these big pumps to bait in retail investors, and then you just get dumped on every single time without failure. Okay, this is a nice little pump. We could even go as high as this 200-day moving average at around $15. Right after that, probably going to go right back down even lower. Okay, these things tend to fall into the abyss. Be very careful with these smaller altcoins, folks. Nothing against this one specifically. I don't even know what it is fundamentally. I'm just telling you based on the chart. I know how this type of stuff goes. Okay, you want to stick with either coins with big communities, big fan bases. ApeCoin, Link, you can see the outperformers here. Okay, even things like Dogecoin, as funny as that may sound. Or stick to the bigger ones, at least because you know what's going on fundamentally with them. Bitcoin, ETH, AVAX, DOT, Matic, etc. Okay, hopefully get an idea and a feel for this now. These live streams are meant to be informational. They're meant to be educational in some type of way. If you're finding them helpful, support the stream, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on those bell notifications. You do not want to be missing out on this key and critical information. You can also support the stream even more by giving a super chat donation. This is my full-time job, and those are greatly appreciated to help me continue doing these on a daily basis, continuing to give you the best information, the best analysis on YouTube, okay? I like to cut out the fluff. I'm giving you the real deal. I'm not sugarcoating things, telling you that we're going to pump to the moon. One of the viewers mentioned this crypto here, and I gave you the facts on what I thought this type of formation is, a manipulated pump, okay? Now, not to say that you can profit off that. You can absolutely profit a lot on this type of thing, either by longing it or shorting it, but it's extremely dangerous, okay? I've done it before, but it's extremely dangerous. Now, let's go back to Bitcoin here, because we need to focus on Bitcoin and ETH as we head into the close for the month. For those who don't know, if there's any new viewers who just hopped in the stream who may not know what I'm referring to, I'm talking about the 1 month candlestick close. That's 1 month worth of information and data put into a candlestick, okay? So it's pretty important. These kings can literally tell you when there's a full-blown breakout or when we hit a reversal, okay? So really important stuff. And this one is closing in literally less than 30 minutes right now. Bitcoin went back up a little bit. I'm very, very interested to see if we can go potentially even above $20,000 here. If we do end up seeing that, by the way, if we do end up seeing Bitcoin all of a sudden last minute like this, you know, flip up to $20,000 before the end of the monthly candlestick close, then we might be seeing a pump throughout the weekend and the stock market rip next week. If, however, we end up staying more or less flat, then probably going to see another week or two of consolidation, and then we're really going to get our big make it or break it moment with this little wedge triangle formation here. Sorry for this disgusting chart, folks. I need to get better with, you know, the messiness on the chart, but I'm trying to draw everything in for you. I don't want to miss stuff. And by the way, let me know in the comments down below if that's annoying or if you like having a lot of drawings on the chart. That's a serious question, by the way. But as I was saying, okay, unless we get a quick flip back above 20K here at the last minute, which would be massive, that would actually probably, we could pump very quickly from that, by the way. But unless that happens, right, we're going to be in this range at the very least, if not seeing very sharper downside. Depends what happens. Most likely we'll have to head a little bit lower into this. So, you know, if you want, for example, my estimate on the chances of a drop below 17,600 over this weekend, I'd say 30%, maybe 35% if you're a bit more conservative, and a 70% chance we just stay range bound. Okay, so maybe we get a bit of a pullback down into lower 18,000 and then move back up higher and stay in this range. Okay, at least till we reach the end, the lower, you know, the final levels of this formation. Okay, and I talked about when that is. You can see the dates here, probably between October 10th and October 15th. The chart tells you everything, folks, which is why I have a whole course dedicated to this type of stuff. Okay, if you don't know enough about technical analysis, if you want to improve your skills, this is meant for experienced traders, newbies, medium level traders. Okay, there's everything in this course: technical analysis, charting, candlesticks, how to set up your charts, trading strategies, best charting platforms, buying and selling opportunities, how to spot trends, everything, advanced trading indicators included, 30-day money back guarantee, risk free, less than 20 bucks. I think you should do yourself the favor and invest in some education. You can also follow me on Twitter for live crypto market updates. That's also where I post my live streams. If you want to go ahead and retweet it, that would be greatly helpful. And of course, shorter form content on TikTok. I just started that. So I'm doing a lot of stuff for you guys here. Make sure you guys get the best information, okay? If you're going to be digging your head in financial stuff like this, right? Hopefully it's a bit fun and also worth your time, okay? I'm really here to give you the best information. I don't like to put filler information you know, on these news websites. You have anything and everything, right? It might be hard for some people who are newer to crypto, maybe even people who have been in it for a year or two. It's very hard to know what's relevant news or not, okay? Sometimes you'll see news bits and think, oh, this is a big deal maybe, okay? When in fact, literally doesn't mean anything. Now, I'll tell you if it means anything or if it's a talking point that I pull up, but I think it's very helpful to go through, that's why I pull up everything personally here. We have a recent SEC filing shows the world's largest asset manager, Blackrock, plans to launch a Metaverse ETF. Doesn't surprise me. Do I think it's going to happen? Absolutely. Okay. We're going to see ETFs that have coins in them in the future. That's my opinion. And we're already seeing that on different stock exchanges, such as in Germany. By the way, is this news relevant to cause a market pump? Absolutely not. 0%. Yeah, long term, it'll probably make, certain coins go up or whatnot, right? That's if it has cryptos in it, which it probably won't initially have companies. But when you see this type of news, this is probably just for insiders, possibly, rich investors and stuff to get in at really good prices, while most of retail gets wrecked, okay? So most people will not be able to benefit from this probably. That's what I think. So be careful with this type of stuff, that's just my personal opinion. This is not, I'm not talking about this specific fund or anything. There's a bunch of things like this, but I'm saying in terms of the news pieces, how this affects the news. Yeah, this might affect stuff over the long term. In the short term, people aren't going to see this and start buying crypto. Okay. So be careful with that type of stuff. Now, what is more important, okay, is what the chart is telling us. We have 23 minutes to the close. Guess what? I'm going to stay with you to prove a point here till the very end of this candlestick close, because this is super key. Okay, we're seeing Bitcoin try and make some type of recovery. I don't think we're going to manage to get a full recovery. I think it might attempt to go a little bit higher. I don't think it's going to manage to get the full recovery. I may be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we manage to get above 20,000 before the day's end, or should I say before the candlestick end. I should go over to the monthly time frame here, but I don't think we're going to see that happen. If we do get at any point, for whatever reason in this weekend, moving forward, a move above $20,400, guess what? You can celebrate a bull move, because we're going right up to 28K. Or right around there, right? We have a resistance at $27,555. In fact, our 200-day moving average is a bit higher than that. And then there may even be an opportunity to reach some higher levels like 31, 32,000 after that. Okay, but we need to get past our initial resistance levels first. We can't just go rocketing up to those higher levels before then. Now, we have some comments that just came in from Stacking. Welcome back, Stacking. By the way, regular view on the stream. I love seeing regulars on the stream. Thank you so much for the support. And looking here, he's saying, let me read his comment here. Give me 1 second, folks. Stacking is saying, the new game is how and when will it dump to 10K so we can double the amount of BTC we had when it was over 20K. A game of musical chairs. Don't be stuck holding and hoping. Great, more digital beanie baby. So we can all work and play in VR and sell each other digital beanie babies and games. Completely agree with his comments there. And yes, by all means, what he said there at the beginning, the new game is how and when will it dump to 10K. Now, I think, right, that the answer to that is probably going to be at any point pretty soon if we break 17,600, okay? Because you need to think, if we go all the way down to 14K, how realistic is it that we're not going to take advantage of that to flush out one more big time and push us down to 10K, maybe even a bit lower, when, after that, if we go to 14K and then we need to climb all the way back up, that's not going to be the easiest move to be there, especially considering that if we hit that 14K level, I just want you to imagine how bearish the crypto market will be, okay? Now, I know all of you are into crypto. I know all of you are probably smarter than the average crypto investor, okay? But most people will probably be, hiding under their covers when the market is dumping to 14K. I don't see a bunch of retail investors that are going to be throwing money at it. Yeah, maybe some very wise institutions are going to be buying at the right time. Most people are going to turn off their computer screens. Okay? which is why I'm asking you to support the live stream, because you guys care about this stuff. You guys are ahead of the herd in terms of being here when the opportunity potentially shows itself, which is what Stacking said. Okay, you know, buying that dip, if we get to 14k, 10k, those could be buying opportunities of a lifetime. And that's just on Bitcoin. That's not considering all the other altcoins. Of course, it depends how much altcoins fall. They could fall a lesser amount than expected, but still, you know, those peak fear moments are going to be the best buying opportunities. Unfortunately, that's not when most people are buying. Stacking, keeping up with some comments here. Thank you so much, Stacking. Nobody has money to buy Bitcoin. I agree. Yeah, so, you know, he's basically talking about how the economy is very bad right now, and the fact that a lot of people cannot even DCA or buy into this. Okay, so that is probably the truth there, and that's why I'm saying you need to be careful. You need to be patient. Okay, if you're invested in crypto, you better be ready. If my chart loads here, you better be ready and willing to weather something like this. Now, I'm not saying that's necessarily going to happen, okay? But this pattern is pretty similar to what we had during the bear market, the crypto winter, as it's called. You may have seen that term thrown around, and by all means, I experienced it. It was not fun, okay? Could we do that for another year or two? Possibly. I'd say if we go below 10k, yeah, we're probably going to see another year and a half, 2 years of very, very poor crypto price action. That is if we go below 10k though. You know, if we just hit 10k and bounce really strong off it, we might have avoided this type of pain for months and months and months. This was a 2-year bear market, absolute crypto winter, nothing going on, nothing interesting, very hard to trade. So we better hope that if we get a bounce, you know, that's what I'm saying. Getting a flush out, right? Down to 14k, down to 10k, it's actually a good thing right now in a way, okay? We want this to get put out sooner rather than later if we need the drop. If we can pump and get that move higher, yeah, of course we want to see that. However, if the market was not going to be ready to do that until we get that drop lower, then it's better that the drop lower happens sooner rather than later, because all of this is valuable time that we're waiting on, okay? But I can tell you that you're ahead of the curve here, you know, knowing about this stuff. So hopefully you see the value in these live streams, and like I said, please support it. Smash that like button and subscribe. Turn on those bell notifications. Okay, don't miss these live streams. Now, I also want to talk about your recommendations for any coins you want me to do an analysis on. We talked about Bitcoin, ETH, XRP. You know what, why not pull up Uniswap? But while I'm doing that, right, any other coins you want me to do an analysis on, no problem. Just let me know in the comments down below. I can also cover Quant, because that's one that people are very, very into right now. And thank you so much for the support, everyone. It means a lot. If you consider giving a super chat, that is greatly, greatly appreciated to help support the daily content. Uniswap here, another altcoin that's performed pretty well, still up over 80% from the bottom, still holding support as well, actually a little bit above its support level of $6.15. However, didn't manage to hold a 200-day moving average, but we're seeing it flatten out. That's bullish, okay? So also not expecting a major drop here or anything to on Uniswap. I don't see Uniswap going back below $5 actually. Things would have to be really bad for Uniswap to go back below $5. Probably going to see some consolidation. We're seeing the 200-day moving average really start to flatten out here, as you can see. And that's very bullish, because that means that we can actually, after that, get that pump. We also have a very strong uptrend on the RSI. Potential hint that we might break out sometime soon. Let's go ahead and take a look at Quant. Literally, I believe the best performing coin in the market, altcoin, in recent weeks. Very, very interesting coin. Coin that has a huge community as well. And these coins that have these big communities, these big fan bases, these armies as they call them, they tend to perform better than the rest, okay? We have a picture perfect cup and handle formation breakout here. We could get a pullback. Could even pull back to $113. Is this a coin that I see going back below $100? Absolutely not. I think we're going to hold $100 on quant. We might go down to $1,000 on ETH. I think we're going to hold $100, even quite a bit above that. Okay. I don't really see us even going below $105 here. So nice little formation. This is exactly what we saw in the ETH chart, but in a stronger version with less time up to the next breakout. Pulling up ETH, look at this, take a mental picture of what we're seeing here, this uptrending wedge. Go over to Ethereum. Wrong chart, sorry, too many charts, folks. Guess what? Same formation, just more time to completion. This could last into April or May 2023. Going over to quant. And I pulled up the wrong chart. There it is. This could last only till November 15th before we'd either get a breakout or breakdown. And I think it'd probably be a breakout unless the market is doing really, really badly. So stacking, still coming up with some comments. Thank you for the support. SHTF coin focuses on stacking essentials for the coming collapse. Of course, there will be a few scam pumps and dumps with a few projects here and there, like Luna scam and whatnot. Doesn't seem like stacking is a big fan of Luna. Definitely a lot of people destroyed by that. Now, go back to Bitcoin, see what's going on. It is pretty flat right now at this $19,400 level. Not a bad thing. Like I said, I want to stay in this triangle formation. It is most likely that we stay flat here and then we just trade in more range bound scenario. Range bound is obviously annoying. It's quite boring, but it is what it is. Sorry, folks, I'm just taking a water break here. I'm still waiting on your comments on any other cryptos you want me to do an analysis on. So let me know in the comments down below any coins you want me to check out. We're going to be eyeing this Bitcoin chart over the next 10 minutes. Need to take a break from talking so much. If you're enjoying these daily live streams, hit that like button. Consider dropping a super chat. So any coins you want me to do an analysis on, now is your time. Leave a comment down in the comment section below live. Don't be shy. I'll go ahead and cover the coin you want me to do an analysis on. We talked about our news pieces here today. Bitcoin decoupling from stocks or not. New validators staking support on Ethereum. And of course, Bitcoin failing to hold its pumps. We have stacking saying ergo. I've heard about this coin before. I do believe there's a decent community behind this coin. Let's see here. Is this ERG coin? I am assuming yes. If it's not, please let me know if that's the wrong coin stacking, but let's take a look at it. So ergo over here on the 4-hour chart, let's move over to daily. A lot of stuff going on here. So, you know, this is what I was saying with these type of altcoins, these smaller altcoins especially. These things can get absolutely pummeled during the bear markets. I like to stay away from these type of coins. First off, we have massive double top. Now the full confirmation and completion of that. It looks like we're about to break new lows soon. We also completely lost support on our uptrend line. You probably can find many smaller altcoins with charts like this. Okay, this stuff is stuff that I stay away from during these bear markets especially. Okay, in fact, right now in the current time of my trading career, I've I really like to focus mostly on top 50, maybe top 100 coins max. I don't like to go digging in obscure coins, because then you have stuff like this, right? These massive, almost pumping up type formations where none of its pumps ever held, and it's just a slow drop into the abyss. That's what I call these type of coins. Can they get a flip at some point? Possibly. Stacking saying I want to buy at $1 or lower. That's the type of stuff where it could work on a coin like that, right? You really wait for a peak bottom and then it gets another pump in a bull market and you sell the pump. That is a strategy. Some people do that successfully. Depends on what you're trying to do in the market, okay? This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you guys to do anything whatsoever. I like to stay with more longer term predictable stuff, but this could be a medium term swing trade where, you know, you buy these things when they're in the dumpster, sell them during the bull market. I've thought about doing that myself on certain coins. Once again, not financial advice though. Stacking saying Ergo will be pushed as the new ETH by some big whales probably next year sometime. It's possible. Like I said, I don't know enough about this coin. Let's keep our eyes on Bitcoin. Like I said, folks, there's still time for you to let me know down in the comment section down below if you want me to do an analysis on any coins out there. Now's your time. Looking at the rest of the market here, just kind of scroll through maybe the top 50. See if there's anything interesting. Okay, a little bit of green coming in the last hour. That's good, right? We're holding in these patterns as we head into the monthly close. XRP still doing really good, I think. BNB actually quite nice here in the last 7 days as well. Right, you're seeing these altcoins actually outperform Bitcoin and Ethereum here, which is what's kind of funny. Even Dogecoin, very good performance there. Solana, I think I'm very bullish on Solana right now, actually. At one point I wasn't at all when it was having all those issues, but I think this thing kind of hit a bottom. Polygon, this should weather storms decently well. If ETH drops a lot though, it will drop, but you know, also holding its 75-cent level. Ethereum Classic just kind of flat right now, very sleepy after the merge. Quant and Luna, of course, ripping. Then see, as we head into these smaller coins, folks, this is why I want you to listen to the type of stuff I tell you. Look at when I scroll up, you see a lot more green as we head into the smaller coins. Guess what starts happening? As soon as we start hitting the top 40 or so, you see that red come into play, right? These coins are very, very weak. They do not have the same amount of backing. They don't have the same amount of institutional investors. There's not enough stuff to hold up the price. Even some of these coins like Decentraland and Sandbox, they're doing horrible. Let's call it what it is. They're doing horrible. Okay? Yeah, these coins will probably be an amazing buy for the next bull market, but right now in the short to medium term, they're doing horrible. We're seeing, as I'm going lower, we're seeing even some coins that are kind of crumbling. Chili's, Lido. Last 7 days, very, very red. Got a few performers here. Pancake Swap, Maker. Maker took a massive hit though, so it's kind of irrelevant. So yeah, the last coins you want to be in during these bear markets are going to be these smaller coins, guys. And let alone if you're going out of the top 100. You know, the smaller, less than $100 million market cap coins, those things could just fall off a cliff and never recover. Okay, trust me, I've seen it before many times. I've seen coins that were in the top 10 fall off a cliff and never recover. Okay, so let alone coins that are out of the top 100 or even the top 50 for that matter. The top 50 to top 100, this is ever changing, right? Some coins end up breaking into the top 50, but a lot of these coins just come and go. Ethereum name service, one that I think is easily going to head into the top 30, if not top 20 in the next bull market, maybe even before then. Extremely bullish, and the price is showing that. And that's even if we get an ETH drop. Very bullish on Ethereum name service. So let's go ahead and check out what's happening with our Bitcoin chart. 5 minutes left. Moving up a little bit. Not enough to push us up to above $20,000. Smash that like button, folks. Support the stream. There's still time for you to leave a comment on any coins you want me to do an analysis on. Please take advantage. Don't be shy. Okay? And thank you to Stacking, Heems, Roy, Shersha. I don't know if you guys are still in the stream, but if you are, thank you for all your comments. Thank you all so much for the support. Hit that like button, guys. Subscribe, turn on those bell notifications. Don't miss out this type of content, okay? We're waiting for the monthly candle close here. Coming up in 5 minutes time. 5 minutes time, we're going to be getting the close on this. And I think it's going to be pretty flat for the end of the day, which is not the worst thing, but of course it's not bullish, right? At least it means that we might not just completely crumble yet, but, you know, be very careful this weekend, especially Saturday night through Sunday night. Those are two key moments of absolute, you know, crash potential. That's because the Asian markets wake up, they can dump on the US markets while we're asleep, and, you know, the rest is history, right? I saw one of the biggest Bitcoin drops in history live at probably like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. Bitcoin was down 40%. For those who are wondering, that was back here. One of these drops here. I've seen it all, folks. Overall, though, if we look at the monthly candle, right, which is why, even though this live stream may seem bearish, I am still thinking, you know, we're going to get that move up to 28K, and then things are going to start looking better. Could eventually even go up to 40K. Unfortunately, it looks like we may have to get one final flush before that, but we have a lot of upside thereafter, guys. We have a lot of upside. The Bollinger Bands are extremely expanded on the monthly chart, so there's going to be no issues in terms of upside after that. Bitcoin alone, 289% back to the all-time highs. That's a pretty big deal. Go ahead and check out ETH real quick. Like I said, ETH and Bitcoin trading a little bit differently in terms of their chart setups. But of course, ETH, since it has dropped a lot as well, also a huge amount to the upside. Now, there's actually less of a move higher for ETH to get to its all-time highs. Why is that? Because it already got a bit of a pump compared to Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin has not been performing well. Now, let me know here if there's any other coins. There's live 8 viewers talking to you all. Let me know if there's any coins you want me to cover in this live stream before I end the live stream. Okay, we're not ending it yet. I'm waiting for this little monthly candle close, but after that, time's up. So let me know now. Now's your time. 2 minutes left. The only reason why I was tracking this is just to make sure that we didn't get a last second pump. That way I'm leaving you with a proper analysis into the weekend, and hopefully you appreciate that. Okay. You can support the stream through super chats. It's greatly appreciated for this daily content that I'm giving you. I'm staying here till literally the last minute just so you have the best, most accurate, updated information, hopefully. Like I said, none of this is ever financial advice. But if you're going to be watching information, you want to be getting the best information, hopefully. So 1 minute left. Bitcoin did try and make a little bit of a recovery, but it's still going to probably end up in our range, in our triangle, which we talked about. And we just need to hope that we don't see it start crumbling down to 18K. And of course, especially not below that $17,600 key level, okay? If Bitcoin falls below $17,600, you can be certain that good old Ethereum is going to have moved below $1,250 and onwards towards $1,000 very quickly. And by the way, if we look at the chart, we only need a 6% move to push us below $1,250. I do not see this being a potential double bottom area. I think we're going to sink instantly down to $1,000, okay, in a matter of days. So we can't, you know, be unfocused here, because literally just needs a 6% move to start a crash, pretty much. So here it is, guys. 25 seconds left on the monthly candles. And it's going to be looking like we're going to be flat here. And of course, right, we still have the weekend to go through. There will be updates throughout the weekend in case we get any type of spikes or dumps. But there we go, folks. We just closed it. So there it is. There it is, folks. Guess what? New candle on the monthly. You see it right here. Smash that like button. We'll see how this one unfolds, right? By the way, this is this downtrend line is not accurate on the monthly. Should be a bit higher. I can't get it exactly because TradingView snaps it, but you know, we're fully downtrending if that wasn't obvious yet. So this could put a lot of pressure on the price now. This is literally our last monthly candle, if that. We have literally about 2 weeks before we get a massive drop. Hopefully we can try and make a move, pump out of it, but it's going to be real last minute, guys. And I'll be here to update you, of course. If you enjoyed this live stream, smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Don't miss out on this type of valuable information. Pretty much this whole month I was giving you great coverage nearly every single day. And that's why I'm asking you to turn on those bell notifications. Subscribe so you don't miss out. Check me out on Twitter. Check me out on TikTok if you're interested in technical analysis. All this stuff I'm drawing on the charts. Link to that in the description of this video. 30-day money back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, you'll get your money back, and it's less than 20 bucks anyways. Thank you so much for watching today's live stream, folks. I enjoyed spending time with you. Thank you to everybody who left comments. Thank you for your likes, and I'll be seeing you all very soon. Have a great day, everyone. Stay safe.